Hello and welcome to day 4, I think we're up to. Fields are just slow. Maybe we mow in here and then turn that into a grass field today. I've chopped down enough trees now to put in a silo so we can dump our grass and silage in. We are just going to have to find an area to put it that's not going to interact with anything else, just in case, we could maybe dump it over here in the corner for now. Let's try that out now. I know I've had some issues when I've put things like greenhouses too close to that all fruit silo. It just sucks it all up, unfortunately. But I did download these ones today. I have been using these ones. What's that one? But I think we might give these a shot because they use a lot less space on the game too. 60,000. What's that? 60,000. So they're all the same price for that one. I don't know how much it holds, but we're going to give it a shot. That's a trigger point at the back there, so maybe we just stick it, I don't know, here. Let's try that. Seems pretty levelish. Hasn't affected our field. Maybe a little bit. It's dark, I can't see. Nah, looks fine, and it's sort of leveled the area off anyway. It's built it up a little bit over here, but if we need to use the land later, we can lift it up. So let's turn them on. Whoa, she's a bit noisy. Maybe we can soften this ground out a bit. Might not do too much over here because we don't own that land, but get it cleaned up a little. Don't do it too much because I know it can affect the trees. So we I think if we get into the mower and give it a bit of a shot. Did I end up storing any grass in here? Yes, I did. So we will pick up some of the grass from when I mowed earlier over there near the silo. And we'll have to also check the price on wheat because we have a fair bit of that there. We'll throw this in, make sure it stays in the silo, and if that works, we will get into some mowing. Get some lights happening here too, I think. So it looks like we drop it in on this side maybe. There we go. At least while this is up and running, it gives us some more, hopefully we can sell silage on this map. I actually haven't tried. But it sucks it up pretty fast. Cool bananas. So then we'll get over here, we'll park up. I know we do have to get a forage harvester because I just leased one last time. I think I ended up buying... Oh no, we didn't even buy the windrower because we were going to make sure we liked it. So we'll give all that a test out, I think. And if it's good, we'll buy it. If not, we can always just buy a mower for the front, and tow the forage harvester around behind us at the same time. But I like the look of this one. When I seen it in the mod hub, I'm like, that looks like an old, or we used to call them a slasher, a grass slasher. That was cool. So, and this will be a good opportunity for us to find out if we have left any stumps in here. Let's get at it. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of grass out of this area. But what I'm thinking is maybe we leave it one row away from that, and then maybe we just plough out a grass field, clear a few of these trees over here, and just make a little bit of a grass field so we can have something to harvest every few days or months in game. But this thing seems to go okay. It's 22 kilometers an hour. Gets it done, and at the same time it's going to help us to make sure that we haven't got any stumps left in this area, because I'm pretty sure we will have. I was bouncing in between doing the trees and streaming and trying to cut it out so we weren't doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's sort of hard when you start out on a new farm, and I'm pretty sure everyone does the same, you know, they all jump on no man's land. We do silage or bales or forestry. It can get a bit boring, but at the same time there's no contracts to do stuff like that, so it's sort of that's all we've got. But so far so good. Haven't run over any stumps. Boom, I'll probably run over one as soon as I said that now. But between the grass here and across there and then over behind the silo, what I actually should have done was bought the land next to us and we could have mowed that first, but we'll have to wait. I'm pretty sure there's going to be $10,000-$15,000 worth of lettuce sitting over there today as well. Maybe more. So that's going to help us, and I think we venture out and buy a field next to us and put in a couple more arable fields, start building up some cash and look at squeezing in some animals somewhere. I mean, it's great, you make good money from the greenhouses, but it's not really the part of the simulating farm game that I like. It's good when you first start out to help build up your funds so you can get the stuff you want, but yeah, waiting isn't my specialty. And I don't really want to skip months. I mean, if we have to, we have to, but I want to have 5 or 6 fields set up so every time, you know, we go live or we jump into the game, there's cows to feed, there's fields to do, production chains to look after, things like that, you know. We're not getting a huge amount of views on these things anyway. I'm only a small channel, but I'm only doing it because I'm playing the game anyway. I'm learning, and if there's anything I can show people that I've learnt that they didn't know, it's a win-win. Gives people a place to come and chat when I'm live too. It's not too bad, I guess. But we're almost done here, and then we can test out that new fancy windrower. But I think we're going to have to go up and hire a forage wagon first. I want to buy one, but they're about $120,000 for a decent one. And as soon as we buy that land over there, we're going to need a big size one, otherwise we're going to be back and forwards all day. So I'll also have to have a look and see what's worth more money. Is it better just to make silage? Is it better to make bales? No idea. fold this up. We do have a little bit more over there we can try, but I want to try out this windrower. Get this dropped off in here. Because yeah, the whole idea of having this windrower was to do two things at once, and if we can't do two things at once with this, we may as well just have a standard one. So what the plan was to have the mowers going, and then throw this on the back, on the front, put a forage harvester on the back, and pick it all up in one hit. That would be the main goal. Sort of kill two birds with one stone sort of deal. That works pretty good. Different doing it on the front though. But definitely putting a forage harvester behind this would save a hell of a lot of time, especially if you're doing huge big fields. I'm not sure if I'll be able to pick up that grass over there because it's on my border. Well, let me pick up there a little bit of it. Well, that's not too bad, hey? Look at that. Not too bad at all. And the tractor's not working hard spinning it, so easily be able to run a forage harvester behind it. I think it's a win-win for sure. What I might do is send this guy up to... Pretty sure the forage harvesters will fit on the back of these. He can start driving up there, he or she. And while they're doing that, see, I thought that was a forage harvester. Then I'm like, yes. I never get that lucky. I think I've only ever that harvester that we bought. It's the only thing I've ever found that I've needed. So what have we got? It'd be cool to get something like that. Not too big, not too heavy. What's that? 56. Yeah, I think for now we just give this one a try, I guess. Lease it, see how it goes. Does it have silage additive? Some BKTs. I'm not going to worry about license plates. We're just leasing it. $6,000. Yeah, but we've got to try it, right? So let's get that. On the big fields, we can get something like one of these big things. Maybe this one. It's 56,000 fully done. I have to have a look, but yeah, it'd be wicked if you could get these windrowers on the front of them. Sometimes these things just suck trying to get up there. But we'll get up there, get it sorted, and head back. So this land obviously is nice and clear for something like a sawmill or some production stuff there. Maybe keep all that stuff on that side so it's on the main road. But we've got to start getting some fields and some stock in. How much is wheat right now? It's the highest in what, January, so next month. It seems like most crops are at their peak in January. Yeah, this is pretty big, so we're definitely wouldn't want to go too much bigger, especially if you're not doing big open fields. It's pretty heavy. It's making the truck sway all over the place. No fingers on the controls, and it's doing that by itself. It hits a bump and starts throwing off the truck. Whoa, here we go. Binned it. Oh, these are the ones with the rear steer. They sometimes, yeah. We'll see how it goes. That the rear steer on these things sometimes gets annoying. It sort of harms more than it helps. Oh yeah, we've still got to buy a header for our harvester, but worst case we can hire one when it's time. That's the harvester we got on sale. I think it was like 64% off or something. Oh, I forgot to fill up the silage tank. That's one thing that we're going to have to be careful of, is going around the corners. Try and keep the lines nice and straight, otherwise we'll miss that. Honestly, it's picking up more than I expected. I didn't think there'd be that much grass here. It's like 4,000 litres in the first run, so might do okay out of it. It's not going to be spectacular. But any money to help us grow is going to be better than no money. Let's get at it. See, I think maybe, I don't know, if we get like a 4-metre mower or something on the front that just spat out the shit straight underneath the tractor, it would save us time. We wouldn't have to have the windrower or the slasher. Doesn't like going up the hills. She's heavy. See, I think maybe we'll try out the front mower, just with a forage harvester behind it. Could save us a lot of time as well. Less equipment, less maintenance. But we're almost up to what, 20? There you go, 20,000 litres, and we're, I don't know. This would be halfway, a bit over halfway on the field. So if we put the silage additive in there, we'll probably get more. But with this and the 30,000 that's already there, that's 50,000 litres. I mean, I don't. How much is silage worth? Okay, nope. Silage. So hay, grass 140, 180. Silage is 570. Oh, that's not bad. We'll be able to earn some decent cash doing that. If we can do that every few months on a field, that'd be a win for sure. Bit of a mess around having to do big wide turns because of greenhouses, but that is what it is. I think I'm going to bring that field up once we buy that land next to us. We'll bring that field up closer to the front of the greenhouses too. And then later on, if you want to add more greenhouses or whatever, we can just take a bit of the land back. But I'd say by the time we do our next harvest, hopefully we'll own that land next to us. And yeah, we'll be able to have more crops in our harvest. I've never actually done no man's land this way before. I've usually just gotten into it, done a couple of huge big fields, taken out loans and bought both paddocks beside us, turn them both into huge fields, just one huge field each one. But that's a lot of tree work and a lot of waiting. So I'm thinking maybe this time we could do 2 half fields. And that way there's, you know, as long as we pick crops that are harvested in different months, that's another day sort of work harvesting, and that way also you don't need huge equipment, you know, 10-15 meter wide stuff. You can do it with 6 meter wide stuff and not be running huge gear here and getting into heaps of debt. So it's pretty good at the way we're running at the moment. We don't have any loans. I don't think, actually. I should look. Which, if need be, if we don't have any debt. Nope. So if need be, we could borrow 100 grand and buy the paddocks on one side of us at least, if we had to. But I think between this grass and the silage, we should be good. Sorry, I just had to pick up my phone. It was vibrating next to the microphone. Yeah, she's struggling on these hills, start taking off. I don't think this little JCB was designed to do this, but it's getting it done. And so far, we haven't found any stumps on this side, so we cleaned up after ourselves okay. Which is a first, because usually I rush through it all, and I always find a few stumps laying around, so. Not too bad at all. We'll see what happens when we mow over in this section, but that's not bad. We're almost full. I think we're going to be full. Hopefully we can fit it all in. I don't think we're going to be able to, though. No way. She's going to fill up before we get to the end. That's good and bad, because it means I've got to come back and do another load. Chock-a-block. There we go. Yeah, she's heavy. $44,000 litres plus the trailer and the windrower. We'll fold that up. We'll get down here and dump it. Come back and grab the rest of it. Be good to go. That works quite well. Doesn't take that long. And with the amount of grass around here, it's going to help us gain some more profits. So it literally won't take long for us to pay off that wagon. So how's that going? Yeah, it's chewing through. Look, it's already got 3,000 litres stored, so not bad at all. Once we start making some money, we might have to move stuff around and get some things in better spots, but well, actually I just want to double check to make sure that's not coming into here. Nope. And there's 50,000 litres of wheat there too, so once it comes January next month, we should be good to go. Get all this turned back on. Pick up the last of it and start clearing out some of these lettuce. Super stoked that the lumber trailer there can take a few pallets. I want to try and see if we can squeeze 3 side by side instead of just two. Make it a bit easier so we're not going up doing extra loads. Fold that up, turn it off. Turn that off. Got an extra, what was that, 43,000 litres, close enough. Just from that little area. Yeah, that's it. That's a pretty big lip. Good to go. I mean, on the flat land, that JCB handles it awesome, so not really a struggle at all. We'll whack this over here so we don't knock it over. Start looking at some sheds and stuff soon too. Alrighty. Let's start loading up these lettuce. Good times. So let's get these picked up. I think we'll just try and stack them on by hand for the minute. We do have enough room in there now to run. I did move one over, so we have enough room to use a tractor or a forklift, but I just want to see how we go. Can you lift two at once? No, probably not. I don't have, I'm on console, so you don't have the superpowers, super strength thing. So that's one. Yeah, we should be able to get, it's not really on there, is it? I reckon. Oh, very touchy. Just, oh no, I knew that was going to happen. Didn't let it go. There. So we possibly, if we can get 3 stacks. Move it around, try and straighten it up a bit. Might be able to do the whole. Get 3 stacked on each side, each rung. That's pushing it way too far over there. Yeah, that's on. Good, good. And then that way, I just got to learn how to use the equipment a bit better. That's not going to work. Turn around. There we go. That way we should be able to get 9 pallets on here easily. Because that was the biggest issue when I was using the loader, was just trying to get them to stack on top of each other properly. Get in that gap there, you bugger. Obviously we will buy something better for pallets eventually, but I want to save up and buy this land and get the harvester header and get more stuff going. Otherwise it's boring for us all and I'm not learning anything, so but I think this one's this one's the pallet stackable pallet mod or something like that on the console. seems to be fine. Oh, I just noticed this trailer's actually got a hitch on the back, so we can actually tow another trailer behind it if need be. Might leave them stacked on just to be safe. Can I still put that in there if it's locked in? Seems to. I think if I learn to pick these up straight to start with, it won't be such an issue. And leaving them strapped in like that is making it super handy too. Definitely a lot easier than doing it with the tractor and getting them spilling everywhere. We'll check on these. We'll check on these also, and make sure we don't need to bring any stuff in there. Because at the moment that's our lifeline and our main source of income. And I don't want anything running out. Actually, that just pushed one of them off, didn't it? Almost, but that'll be fine. That works for me. Get cruise control on. How many horsepower is this tractor? It seems... I'll send that up there by itself for a minute and check out this tractor. It's medium 235, so it's doing okay. Have to keep an eye out. Start looking at something a bit bigger later on. That one's 348. I know you can go up to 500 horsepower in some of these ones without going this big wheels and crazy stuff, so I don't think we're going to need anything like these. I don't think so, but we should start looking at some modded tractors. I'd like to get some smaller ones that are in here. Sorry about that. I'm not sure why my Ripsaw's audio is not working. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'd like to get some smaller, cool looking tractors as well. Like little ones just to use around the farm. There must be a fair bit of weight in this, because it's taken a while to get up to speed. This tractor normally hoots. So I think after this we'll duck down, we will check on our greenhouses to see what it needs. And depending on how much money we earn, we might borrow a little bit of money and buy some land beside us so we can start getting it ready to put in more fields. 50 grand, 60 grand. I don't know, do we just maybe just sell our wheat? I don't think we're going to get, I don't know. I can go down there by itself and we'll load up some wheat. Actually, we'll have a look at these first. I think we should be good for that stuff at the moment. Actually, we might throw some water in now while we've got it. I think I'm going to buy the land to the right of us first. Then we can clear all those trees out, level out those rocks. Can I suck water up out of here yet? Hasn't been fixed. Nope. I think we'll get about 30,000 litres. Will sort us out. Oh, that'll do us. I thought I had 3, that's why I was saying 30,000, but that's okay. There'll be some left for next time. I'm thinking we just sell our wheat and then we can start, instead of, I don't know, we can still put I don't know, I don't want to put in small fields. Sometimes it's more hassle than it's worth. $50,000 litres, it's not bad. That'll get us about $50,000 or more. Oh, he's crazy tractor driver. Yeah, so with this money from this, plenty enough to buy that land and get a start on it. And there's our land. He can go down there by himself and we will purchase our land. So I think what we'll do is maybe make this another big field across here and then make another one sort of like this and then extend this one out if we can. That'll give us 3 decent sized fields, and maybe this one here we can just turn back to grass or something to keep our silage feeder going. Once we buy this one, maybe do another one across the top, and then one down over here, and then in this area sort of here and here we can put some animals. I think that could be a decent deal. That's not looking good. So The downside of the rear steer tractor, it doesn't like sharp turns, it just keeps picking up the trailers. So we'll park this thing in here. We will put on this thing. Or do we get one of them field creator mod ones? I don't know. We'll muck around with this for now. And we'll head over here and see what trees we have to move to make another field like this big one. So, got a few little... I know with this, when the truck comes back, I think we'll just bring him down and put the timber trailer on. Try and get us some straight lines. I want to leave a bit of a gap in the middle just so you don't cut into the other field if you're doing work. And try and keep this as straight as we can. So if we go this way, that's going to mean those three there are going to have to go. Alright, so at least we know. Before we get too far into it, I will bring the truck over here so we don't lose them and then spend an hour looking for them. This is where another little tractor would come in handy, just chugging around. So we've got those stumps we've got to get out. There it is there. That one's gone. The other one's about there. That's gone. And then those two don't have to go straight away, but this one definitely does. I wonder if I can just chop it. Will this grind it down too? So if I lower that down, where's the stump? That chops the tree up too, so I don't have to load up the small ones. I think there's going to be a fair few trees we have to clear up there in the top corner. this one's going to have to go. There's a bunch of them there, but what I might do is I might just sort these out and bring these back in once we get it done. See you soon. Well, there was a whole way lot more trees to clear up here than I expected. I'm just picking up the last of them now. There was like 10-15 of these big ones I've had to clear out. This is the third load of big trees. That's not even including the little ones down on the field that I've chopped up yet. Just all the big ones. Lots of trees. I think we're about... Oh, no, don't lose it. I think we're about 20,000, 22,000 in wood that we've done today. It sucks because I really wanted to buy a sawmill before we started cutting up this many, but there's still a heap around. It's just... I'd rather get paid 5,000 or 6,000 for furniture than 1,400 for logs, but it's okay. Get this done and trim down a couple little ones and we'll be good to go. That sucks. It's better. Not sure if that helps lumber prices, but looks cleaner. Now we will have a quick squeeze over here, because this line, everything's short of that has to go, so we're pretty good there. What about this way? These two here have to go definitely. Oh, that sucks ass. Bummer. Got it. Hasn't happened for a while. So yeah, basically there's just these few in the middle. And then we should be good to go. I hate how they do that. I think we'll just jump in this tractor and mulch them. I've done enough lumberjacking for the day. Don't make a noise. I think that'll do us for that today. We'll park this over here just in case we need it. We might go and sell off this timber. Or is that still some stumps? Nope, thankfully just some logs. This trailer has come in super handy. I know I bitched about it at the start, like it's expensive, but it fits decent sized logs on here. Takes my pallets. No need to complain. Well worth it. Just thinking how much these field creator mods are. 20 grand. I only lease these things anyway. So that's 6.9, 8 meters. I don't need a big one, I just need something a bit more controllable than that one. I think we'll just lease that one. Tractor can head up there to grab it. Alrighty, so we just had to spend $18,000, unfortunately, repairing and painting our tractor. This is the first time I've ever actually done that. But in saying that, I've normally got the old tractor from here and a few other tractors that I use, so they don't tend to wear out that fast, but it's something that's sort of got to be fixed, because $24,000 in repairs and paint for 8.7 hours of work is not really simulation like, even if you class that as 8 months. I mean, my grandpa's tractor's about 60 years old, and I reckon he's lucky to spend $1,000 on that thing every year, let alone every 10 years. I don't think he's put a brand new battery in it for 30 years. Every time he needs to start it, he jump starts it off his work truck. So it is what it is though, right? Like, what can you do? So we'll head back out here. And we will come in here a little bit. I think we will go about here. Create fields, lower, and hopefully we can keep a straightish line. What's that marker there? What I tend to do is I try and do a line all the way to where I want to stop, and if it's not straight enough, I always leave a little bit on the edge so I can come back, and with this field creator mod, usually the driver keeps it pretty straight and narrow. Don't leave a worker in there doing it, because sometimes they can just shoot off and go walkabout. Like, I don't know how far we want to go with this. How far is our edge? It's right there, huh? I think we'll just leave it. What we might do is Send our worker back down here. See if he can do a nice straight line for us all the way along the edge. I know it's not important, but it's just how I do it. It's always handy in case you want a worker to do it. It's nice and simple and easy. Yeah. So I think once this one's done, there's enough road in the middle there, so hopefully like harvesters and plows and stuff won't go shooting across the edge, but we'll see if they stop on time. I stopped that. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll shoot it up this way. Get a nice basic edge, and then we'll head it off down the field the other way. Square it off, and then we'll bring in the bigger plough. So I think we'll stop that about there. And that gives us room to, if we have to run a second row back to get it a straight edge. Like I said, that's just how I do it. You don't have to. I just like to try and get a bit of a straight edge, which obviously doesn't make a difference to a lot of people. I have done oval shapes and kidney shapes and all sorts before, but on these bigger fields I like to try and keep it as straight as I can. This tractor's done well, like it's the only tractor on the farm. It's been ploughing, it's been hauling hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of logs. Cannot complain. I think we'll stop that there. It looks close from here, but it probably isn't. It's not far off. I just don't want to get it too far to the edge, and then it's like the original farm, the original field, where you can't do anything on the edge of it, so we'll stop that there. Do another run up, just on the edge of it. This is the automatic farmer guy, so we'll see the A1 worker, whatever they're called. It gets me nervous. They never seem to stop on time. Like, see, it just wants to keep going over. So we'll do another half. Come back a little bit. There we go. And this doesn't work perfectly all the time. Just some of the time. I know with the bigger Field Creator mods I've had a bit more issues with trying to get the straight edges. That's why I got this one, and it's also why I usually just use the plough, the single mod plough. It just, you can line it up with certain things and keep it pretty straight the whole way through. So we'll get this one to pull up just about there. That didn't give us a straight line down there before, did it? Nope. That looks good there. We're just going to have to send it and see. It's hard with that tree there. That should be close. But then what we'll probably do is switch over to the big 9 metre plough and just, yeah, see it, just done a, dang it. That's not close, it missed. We'll throw the 9 metre plough up there in a second and can just go back and forward and fill in the gaps. Hopefully that'll finish off the straight edge. I'll put like a dirt track down the middle of them. Not that I ever use them, just helps tell the difference in the fields, and that turned out pretty good. That tree's going to be in the way if we decide to run them up and down this way, but that's fine. So I think that's all of our edges all nice and straight, so we've got our nice big field there. Not sure what we're going to plant yet. We've got a heap of clearing to do if we want to use all of that, but that's something that I'm not going to make everybody sit through. The funniest thing about this plough I'm picking up now, it can go on the front or the back, and it works backwards or forwards, and you can actually hitch other equipment to it. I don't know if it'll work with this one, but it does work with seeders and stuff. There you go. So, yeah. Lower it down. Unfold it. You can't do it while it's lowered. Well, that went bad. Unfold it, and then you can lower it all down. Plough goes down. There you go. If you wanted to, you can plough and cultivate at the same time. But yeah, that was something I found funny the other day. I reversed up near a trout, like, would you like to attach? I'm like, yeah, that's a bit weird. I'm not sure how well this one does on its own, like if it stops and starts, so we might do a couple of practices. Don't want it shooting over and taking off our other field. That's better. We will see what it does. Just hide the old Fiat. Got the worker bringing it down for us. I might scoot it a little bit. So slow. I didn't think about the high speed, top speed when I bought this. I sort of figured this would be good to run the seeder. But we'll have to get the AI worker to take over and get back and watch his fast track. Like I said, swap back over to this one because the plough wasn't cutting the mustard, but it's just sort of worrying me. I'm not sure if we're going to get it all done in time before nightfall. So this is how we're going to do it. We'll get the old Fiat down here on the seeder. It should pull it, maybe. Looks pretty cool. Oh, getting close. Pardon me. And then get that down here, get it working, and hopefully get it all seeded before nightfall. If not, we'll work into the night and get it done. As long as it doesn't start raining, we're good. I'd say I'll have to make sure we've got all of our calendar season stuff turned off just to get a field thrown in, but yeah, we'll be good. It takes forever, so it's and this is wider than the cedar, so that's something. Now we're laying down some bigger fields. That's why I didn't buy the smaller cedar, I just leased it. But now we're throwing down some bigger fields. We're going to have to start getting some wider equipment. Well, it's not a rush, we're still doing it. Now the question is, you're just going to be able to lift it? I didn't think about that. It doesn't seem like you can put a weight on the front of this. Alright, it's doing it. Perfect timing. So what do we have down already? I think we have canola and wheat. Yep. Maybe throw down some barley. This flicking back and forward's a pain. Alright, so we will do barley or oats or soybeans maybe. I used to love doing soybeans, and I don't know, always done soybeans in FS19. Can't be planted in December, of course it can't be. When's it normally planted? April. It's not going to start growing till then anyway, but see if it runs it. Well, it's going alright. Honestly didn't think it'd pull it, but it is. It's working hard. Just getting it done. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's get at it. And welcome back. We're getting there. We're running out of time. Not much daylight left. It's 4:30 in December, so going to be dark soon. This little tractor is just chugging along, going well. Getting it done. Doing what it's supposed to do, that's all we can ask for. Definitely like the idea of having two tractors once we expand. At the moment with the truck and the tractor it's fine, you can get away with it, but yeah. Little tractor like that just to seed or sow or basics like that would be handy. We got the last run. Finally get it done and dusted and out of the way. And I think we'll probably go close to ending it there because it's getting darker and darker. We can't see. This tractor's just bouncing like it's a bucking bronco. And there you go. That's done. And we did not hit one stump. So stoked with that. So I don't think... this thing just wants to tip all the time. I know we are going to build more fields, but I don't think it's worthwhile hanging on to this lease for now because there's still a lot of timber to clear. And we've got all them rocks and timber over there I want to try and sort out too, so we can that's better. So over here what I'm thinking about doing is clearing all these trees and then leveling out these rocks so it's just a bit of a hillside, and maybe bringing this field to like say here, and then maybe just one other big field in here. I'm not sure because we have to clear. To do that we have to clear all these trees on this mound here as well. Had to do that in my last game. And it's a pretty huge field, so huge fields are obviously better for making money. If you're using workers, it's just easy. It's one up, one down, one up, one down. But I don't know. Maybe for now we could just make this field all huge and turn it grass. But we'll definitely be clearing these trees. I'll probably do them off stream. Just as not to bore everybody, because we've done a lot of tree clearing. Get this packed up, put away. Where do we leave our plough? Oh, awesome, it's over here tipped over. Well, that works. Definitely need to start looking at some sheds and things like that too, I'd say. Once we work out a rough layout and where everything's going to go, I think that would be a wise call. I'm thinking it might be nice to set up like our farm around the lake. So we could have barns or something. Not on top of the hill, obviously. Pretty cool to clear this off. We could clear this off and put our cabin up here. But yeah, it might be nice to have our barns along the back edge here or something like that. And then on this side where it sort of curves up and around where these rocks are, if we can level them out. Maybe over here we could put some animal pens and some more animal pens over here. Not sure. We'll just have to see how the game treats us. Yippee! So yeah, I think instead of making his wait until... This is probably going to be a rather long video anyway, so I might just end it off here. And come back at it again tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Please give us a like and subscribe. Say hello in the comments. Let us know any hints, tips or tricks or what you want to see. And we'll see you then. Thank you. Take it easy.